to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're excited to
we're-
be.
Yeah, it's great. We're glad that you guys both made it in.
Thanks. We are so excited that, especially around this area, try to promote Paralympic sports.
Oh, yeah, great. So, Izzy, tell us how old you are, and you're in high school, I think?
Yes, I'm going into sophomore year. I'm 15.
Okay. And and you've had quite a year, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us about what's been going on.
I've been doing a lot of international travel this summer. A lot.
You went to Paris. Where's my cheat sheet? Where else did she go?
Mexico.
Mexico, Switzerland. I was saying that you have more stamps in your passport than I do. Does your mom go with you on these trips also?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. Mom, if you need a friend, I'll come with you. Okay, we'll hang out together. Izzy, is it hard being a teenage athlete? Do you feel like you're kind of missing out a little bit on some of your, like what your other friends are doing, hanging out? I mean, you're busy.
Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty busy, but not really. Like, I think it's fun.
How do you stay connected with your friends?
Just like texting.
Texting?
Yeah.
Are you
Just like any other 15-year-old
Yeah.
teenager, yeah. Do you go ahead? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Everybody who doesn't know right now, I'm trying to run 4 cameras. So Steve's also trying to run the audio, and I'm trying to run the 4 cameras.
There's a lot going on. Izzy, do you enjoy school?
I do.
Yeah, and I think you're on the honor roll.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So, what's school like for you on a typical day?
Usually, so I have like practice in the morning.
So you do practice before school.
Not with Saul, but I practice at school.
Okay.
First period, and then the rest of my day, and then I come home, and I have track practice with Saul.
Oh, okay, so you're doing 2 days.
Yeah.
Okay. In the morning, are you with the track team, just doing their normal track workouts?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. How's the Texas summer treating you?
Good.
Do you don't have any problem with it?
No.
Oh, that's good.
Is it all outdoor? All outdoor training?
Yeah.
It is.
Well, Michelle, what is neat about this type of activities, track and field, is that you create community off of it, and your best friends there with you, competing, traveling with you, so you don't miss a lot of the teenager life that you would have if you are every day going out with your friends. So your best friends are on the track, training with you, getting up early, and sharing all the knowledge that they're acquiring at this age. Obviously, there is a lot to learn, and Texas Party Sport that we're out of Wimberley, that's our main job, try to get kids in high school to participate in track and field. Somebody find us a kid all over Texas, we come in with a $3,000 racing chair and introduce sport to the coaches, and after that they are in their own. That's the other thing that we're trying to do too. The kids with some type of disability, they should be part of the community. They should be part of the track and field team in their school, and because of that, we have a big high school program around Texas.
So how did you get started in all of this? How did your journey first begin in Mexico?
Well, I've been Paralympic athlete. Actually, I got polio as a kid. That impeded the movements from my chest down. And then I started to do Paralympic sports since I was a child. Just as easy.
And who introduced it to you?
Well, I was very lucky because I found this school for kids with disability. My parents in Mexico City. And school, pretty much, we have education, rehab, and sports.
Oh,
What
wow.
sports did you start out in?
I did swimming, basketball, and then I was too fast in the basketball court, so they kicked me out. And then I found the track.
Yeah.
And it became my passion.
Yeah. Izzy, when did you realize that you wanted to excel on the track? Because you've done some other sports.
Yeah, I actually started with Taekwondo.
Okay. in which you are a second degree.
Second degree black belt.
Come on, Michelle.
Yeah.
Try and take her down.
I
Let's see what
will.
happens.
Then I started basketball, and I played for 5 years.
Okay.
Then I got into track about 2-3 years ago. So that was a couple years ago, and then I really got into it, and I decided that that's what I wanted to do.
Who introduced you into track? How did you get introduced to?
I went to a wheelchair track clinic, and there were racers from the University of Arizona that were there.
Okay.
They were really helpful, and I just got into it, and so I kept practicing, and then we found out about Texas Parasport. So we just joined, and it ended up being really good.
Did you feel like the first time or first couple times you did that you had talent for it and that made you want to excel at it a little more?
No, it was tough.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty tough. It's a hard sport to get into. Just because of how challenging it is. But I thought it was really fun.
Yeah. Did you start off, because you're doing shot put, javelin, discus, and distance events? Which one of those did you start off with, or did you start off with all of them?
I got into track, and then I got into field later.
Okay, all right. I want to know what it's like. So when you do these races, say you're doing a 1500 on the track, you're going 4 times around the track. How many other athletes in wheelchairs are you around when you're doing that?
In the same...
In your, say you're doing a heat, and how many other athletes are you racing against?
Usually about 8.
And is it sort of is it the same as a running race? You line up at the line and everybody goes. Do you get in a single file line, and is there drafting and all that going on?
Oh yeah, drafting. We do all of that. Yeah, we start on the start line. Sometimes we do a staggered start. Sometimes we do a waterfall start.
Okay. It's got to be a little nerve-wracking because you're going pretty fast. What's the time for 1500 meters? Around about.
For me, it's around 3:50.
So 3:50. That's almost. I mean, that's fast. So you're going around the track pretty fast. How do you? Well, I've got a couple questions. How do you get through the corners? But there's got to be some times where you bump into people, and how do you deal with all that on the track? That's got to be a little nerve-wracking.
So there's a part of the chair that's called the compensator that you hit, and it turns the front wheel.
Okay.
So you can go around the turn.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good. That's interesting. So it's set at the angle of the track. So you just hit it once as you enter the turn. It follows you around, and you come out of the turn and you hit it.
Hit it again. Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. That was one of the things I was going to ask you both about is wheelchair technology, Saul. Since you became a Olympic athlete, chair technology has to have come light years ahead.
Yeah, it's been changing a lot. The last 30 years, I think chairs been developing just as any other like bicycle or fancy, even a racing car. But talking with Izzy, it take me back to whenever we met her in Houston. At the time, she was living 4 years ago, and we did this clinic with Texas Parasport, and we came and they have 20 different kids that we brought a bunch of racing chairs, and in that time we found a chair that fit Izzy perfect. Chairs are more like shoes. That's how we can describe it. You have shoes for running, for tennis, for all type of sports,
Sure.
and it's the case with the racing chair. It's a special chair just for the track, and it's better if it fits you with your it fits your body.
Very snug,
That's the best.
snugly,
And
yeah.
starting with that, she started with a program chair, and as the time developed, she loved the racing part, and she started to get her own equipment, and now she has this carbon chair that is made out of aluminum, titanium, and carbon, made to her measurements, and it's just designed for her needs, and that's how the chairs. It's all type of levels. This
Mhm.
is, I would say, medium level, and then some of the Paralympians use just carbon chair, which is pretty much made in Japan and made in Switzerland.
How do these
Custom made.
how do these
Yes.
athletes get the funds in order to afford this type of equipment? Do they get sponsors, or does the Texas Paralympics, do they help sponsor people, or how is it? Is Nike giving you guys a bunch of money, or?
Well, there's a lot of programs out there that you can apply to get your own chair,
Mhm.
but it's a level that you can get top to it. But after that, it's through sponsors, family members, parents. It depends how you're developing into the sport.
Uh-huh. Does anything stand out? You talked about the first time you met her in Houston. Does anything stand out to you about Izzy when you first met her, and you're like, okay, this is somebody that I would really like to hook my wagon to and figure out how to get her better?
Even though she was pretty quiet, and I realized that she has the potential. She loves it.
Uh-huh.
Wheelchair track is very difficult. It's very demanding. It's a lot of information going on. It's almost like driving a NASCAR car,
Sure.
because you have to drive the compensator. She was talking about the compensator. Somebody jump in front of you, then you have another device that you can drive the chair around. And also, you got to be able to move the chair as they're drafting, moving into the race. The oval is a lot of information.
So it's not just about the mechanics of the body and teaching your body to move or a certain way. You're also having to learn the chair
And the tactics.
and the tactics of that.
Everything is more like cycling, professional
Uh-huh.
cycling. The more you can get in the draft, then you will be resting. But I find out that she had the determination, especially that she loves it, and that's the best start.
Is there a particular body type that is kind of ideal for track? Whether it's like a longer torso or like strong
Arms
core, arms, or
Yeah, basically it's long arms.
Uh-huh.
That helps a lot. After that, it really is just because it depends the type of body you have.
Uh-huh.
Even in the racing chair, you can do 100, 200, 400 speed, and then easy because her body type, she can do longer distances. And but we can pretty much work with anybody.
Yeah. Izzy, what's your, say you're doing the 5,000 is one of your specialties? What's your strategy in a 5,000? Are you one of those ones that kind of hangs in the pack, or do you like to go from the front, or what's your strategy?
I like to hang in the back and then kind of conserve my energy and then have a kick. I have a kick at the end.
Do you have a strong kick?
Yeah.
I ran track in high school, and I always hated people like you. Be in the first couple of guys, and then the last 200 meters, somebody would come swooping around you on the outside. That's a strong way to race, though. That's a very strong way to
That's
race.
a kick that make you nervous because she's hanging all the way to the back, even with a gap. And then 2 laps to go, she start to come back and pass them like at the end.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Yeah.
So has your own journey that you've been on as an athlete, do you think that has made you a better coach?
I believe so. I just never thought I wanted to be a coach,
Mhm.
first of all. And then I didn't know that all the knowledge that I gathered through 35 years of doing Olympics and Paralympics, I was going to use it in my life. But now that we're growing up with Texas Sport, we find the need for it. And I'm very excited to say that we have a very good group that have a good potential to go to the Paralympics in 2028 in LA.
So can you tell me kind of how it works? Do they take, in order to be qualified for Paralympics, do you have to do a bunch of regional area? I mean, do they take her high school career into consideration at all, or is it all private
It's all
races?
performance-based.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just you have the time, they take you. What is making it a little harder to make the Paralympic team is we're competing with other disabilities, not only wheelchair. You may have the fastest time in the wheelchair division, but then we're competing with amputees, double amputees,
Oh.
blind. So they're trying to get the highest percentage of the record to take athletes to the Paralympics. Let's say somebody had 100% world record, or it's already 105%. So it's the first pick in the team, and they go down into that.
So she would be in a particular race. She would be competing against amputees as well as, or is her race?
So in the rankings, like they don't take into consideration like whatever class you're in, whatever disability you have. So everybody's ranked together.
Uh-huh.
So if I'm at like 90% of my standard in one race, but then there's like an amputee runner who is like at 100% of their
Mhm.
standard, they would be higher on the list. So whoever is closer to their standard for whatever their standards are,
Uh-huh.
they would be at the top, and then it just goes down. So everybody's ranked together.
But do you all race together?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
so
okay.
Everybody
Oh, that's
has,
interesting.
yeah, everybody had their own division, their own competition.
Uh-huh.
Blind compete with the blind, amputee with the amputee, and for example, the blind athlete that raced the 100 meters was the regular world record 9:49. So a blind athlete can race 10:30, 10:20 in a good race with other blind and a guide. And that's when the U.S. team, when the U.S. People that is working to put the team together, they got to see that in a paper
Mm-hmm.
and then pick the best, fastest times of the 5 different disabilities.
So
that we
none
have.
of the extracurricular stuff, none of the community involved, none of that counts. It's all performance based.
Correct.
I was trying to imagine how a 100-meter race for a blind wheelchair athlete goes. You said they have a guide. How does that even work?
Actually, it's not a wheelchair, it's blind. You see, I would say, able-bodied athlete that is
Okay.
blind.
Oh,
With the big legs, with the big
gotcha.
body.
Okay.
So everybody's
They're
in their
not
own,
in a chair. Okay.
Correct.
But
Everybody's
they
in
have
their
a
own
runner next to
division.
them. Yeah. Okay.
So saying that, we have different divisions in the Paralympics. One of them will be different levels of blind,
Mhm.
and they compete. Like if you can see a little bit, then you compete with athletes with the same disability in the blind division.
Okay.
And then you have amputee that can be a double amputee, single amputee, and then they compete in their own division with all the other athletes
Okay.
around the world or around the U.S. And then we have some other like arms amputee or some
Mhm.
type of disability in their upper body. Then they have their own division, and wheelchair division we have at least 3 divisions. The quadriplegics is not competing with Izzy, for
Okay.
example, which is
Okay.
a higher disability.
And men and men and women also separately. So
That is
it's,
correct.
Okay, so gender separated by gender, and then athletic. Interesting.
About how many athletes in the U.S. will be competing for or trying to get the spots that Izzy is trying to get?
So last week we compete in Oregon,
Mhm.
tried to go to the World Championship in India next in 2 months, and it was 150 athletes
Really?
trying to qualify.
Wow.
And this is the first time that they ever combined with the U.S. Olympic also. So it was Olympic athletes and Paralympic athletes trying to qualify for the World Championship that will be in a couple of weeks.
And you won bronze in that, right? Is that what in Oregon?
I did
You did.
In which event?
in the 5K and the 1500.
Okay.
I think
That's great. Wow, congratulations.
100 actually.
Yeah. And Saul, your experience, we did a little searching on you. You have a very deep level of experience with wheelchair racing,
Multi-level,
going back
yes.
to the mid-90s, it sounds like, including winning the London Marathon and Pan American Games and the Olympics, obviously. So tell us about your experience of all of that. And
Yeah, we used to have a 1500 exhibition in the Olympics. I did 3 Olympic Games, 7 Paralympic Games, and I have 6 Paralympic medals, 2 Olympic medals. In the 1500, which is same race that Izzy loves.
Okay.
Very tactical, a lot of fun. You're in good shape. You can actually have a lot of fun in those type of races.
Yeah.
And yeah, pretty much travel all over the world. racing. Most of the time, the big races like Boston Marathon, LA, New York, they had the professional wheelchair division.
Yeah.
So I have a circuit all over the world that I was racing on.
Did you
for
go?
many
Did you do
years.
Boston and LA?
I did Boston. My best was third, and I won it like 6
Oh
times.
my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's LA is a
New
big
York.
one, right? You
Yes.
get a lot of
And New
wheelchair.
York, New York Marathon, and win, I think 3 times
Wow.
in the 2000 years.
Wow. Do you feel like you were sort of on the cutting edge of wheelchair racing? Because it didn't. I remember. I've been a runner for a long time. In the mid '90s, I don't remember it really being a thing. So you were kind of right on the forefront of that, weren't you?
Yes, well, we open a lot of divisions. We work a lot with the New York Marathon organizers to put the professional wheelchair division. That's how they start. And we've been, last 20 years, we've been opening a lot of doors. And like I was saying, having a high school program in Texas, that's another big door. We have to
Sure.
go and present and even congressmen and find ways that give us 15 minutes. We talk about wheelchair division disabilities, and they try to open, and we try to convince the organizers to have that in the high school system.
And so this is fairly new.
It's fairly new in Texas.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you hope that people understand, or is the biggest misconception about competing at this level that you think the average person doesn't understand?
I don't think we understand that become a Paralympic athlete is just the same type of work
Uh-huh.
that any other athlete have to do. Dedication, have to have a set of mind ready to go through the pain, and just like any other sport, is things that you have to learn to handle. Izzy just competing in Georgia, down the hill she crashed and tumbled all over, so she came back with a bunch of
Road rash. You
road
get some road
rash,
rash. Oh.
helmet, and it's just like any other sport. And,
Was this on the road? You
Yeah.
Were, yeah. Okay. Was it 5,000 meters?
Yeah.
Oh, you did a
It was a
5K.
5K.
Yeah. What was that crash? Did you run into somebody or?
No, I was coming down a hill and it had a sharp turn, and I took it too sharp.
Took it too fast because you're a speedster.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Is the training for? I'm interested. The training that you're doing, is it similar to what a runner would do? You do speed work and tempo work, and do you do long runs? What do you call them? Long rolls or
Yeah.
long runs?
It's very similar.
Okay.
We do just as much work as an able-bodied runner would. Like Saul was saying, like we do all that.
How are you preparing mentally for something, though? I mean, you're preparing your body physically, but how do you get in the mindset when you're about to run a big race or something that's like really significant to your standings? How are you kind of blocking out the noise in that sense? Are you listening to music or just pumping yourself up?
Yeah, I listen to music a lot.
What kind of
Usually-
music do you listen to? Like punk rock, hard jam?
Taylor Swift.
Or if you hear her mom's ringtone earlier, it's probably country music.
Yeah, actually, I do listen to a lot of country music.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of Ty Myers. Then he's a local guy. He's you got to look him up today. His
You
music's
need
really
to,
good.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When you do a long, I'm sorry, I'm very technical on this because this is really
Yes,
interesting.
no,
to me, but
that's-
when you do a long run roll, how far? Like when you were doing the Olympics, what was your long run typically? Long run.
So I used to do 120 miles a week.
Oh, geez.
And spread it out in
You
2
know.
times a day. And I was very lucky because somewhere I was doing, when I was getting ready, training in Mexico, I did a lot of altitude training. So in 96, I came to train for the Olympics and the Paralympics in Atlanta. And then I signed up with a wheelchair company
Uh-huh.
to raise the professional part of it. And at the same time, I met the program, Carmichael training program,
Okay, yeah.
which is basically Lance Armstrong
Yes, I
coach.
remember.
He
Yeah.
started his own company, and then I fit in this program called Sleep High, Train Hard, and I was doing a lot of altitude training in Mexico, in Colorado, and race, and a lot of climbing, and that became my expertise, anyways. But I was doing 120, 150 miles.
That's
a week.
amazing to me.
In the
yeah.
mountains.
Were you going into the gym and all that too, or was that
Just part of the year we have weightlifting program, but really climbing that helps a
Yeah,
lot with
yeah.
power.
is with Izzy when you're coaching her? Is weightlifting, being in the gym, is that a big part of what you have for her?
Yeah, we try to do that in the beginning of the year, but after that, it's just everything you get is out of pushing the chair every day, climbing, doing hills, go down the hill, learn to drive,
Sure.
and all that. I think the gym is a small part of that.
Okay. Izzy, do you like going up the hills?
No,
Really?
no. It's
But-
Who does?
So I
Mallet.
think Saul did. You,
Who
you
likes
do like
going
the
up the
hills,
hills?
yeah.
I want to know the moment that you were on that podium and you won your gold. Talk about that moment. How did that feel?
Well, I think one of the most important moments in my life was winning the gold medal in the Olympics, 2000 in Sydney, and they describe it as the white moment, and that's what it is. As soon as you finish the race in the Olympics, 120,000 people in the stadium, Mary Jones, Kathy Freeman, were racing that night, and after that, you just feel that you are far away. Everything looks white. You don't believe it. You're so excited.
It's out of body experience.
Yeah, you go on the podium and you feel that you're dreaming. And a couple of days later, after the Mexican media love it, of course, and after that, you realize, wow, that was pretty amazing. Not because Saul Mendoza won the medal. I feel that the Paralympic program need more promotion, need to be in media, and that's the only way we can get sponsors too.
How does it feel to you when you were standing there at that moment, kind of representing your country, though? You're a representative of your country, and like all eyes are on you, like you said, that moment. But when you're going home and you're in the quiet, that's got to be pretty prideful of yourself, right? Like, I did that. That's something. Did you have any quiet moments like that where you're introspective and going,
We
that's
do
pretty good?
actually. Training itself is quiet because you do 20 miles by yourself, and you got to be focused not only training and technique. Your mind start to wander around, and that's pretty much like being in a place where you're quiet and you're feeling your body. It's pretty magical actually,
Yeah.
and that's why the athletes do it. If you can think about
I'm a
the
runner.
practice.
I feel the exact same way. There's
I'm a
nothing
sitter.
better. Yeah, Michelle doesn't do that. Yeah, and I can
I'm a
believe that.
TikToker.
Yeah, that the Mexican fans, which I think are some of the most rabid fans in any sport in the world. I mean, they are so over the top with soccer, and so when you won that medal, I'm sure that the country just really enjoyed that.
It was. We don't get a lot of gold medals in the Olympics
Yeah.
to start with. So everywhere I went, the airport, very much people wanted to take a picture with me
Yeah.
and talk to me or whatever. But that is the barrier that we want to break. Having a disability doesn't mean that you should be sitting in the corner of a room and try to feel sorry for yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
We want the kids to go out, and like the high school program is so amazing because once they walk into the track, they get a lot of attraction. People want to be closer, and I just step away. Like they don't want to meet this old guy; they want to meet them.
Yeah. Izzy, do you ever feel the pressure that you are an example? You are somebody that other people are looking up to, and that there's some pressure with that. Do you ever feel that?
I do, yeah.
How do you handle it? Listening to country music?
Yeah. I just like try to like calm down, take deep breaths, like get out of my head. It's something I've struggled with actually, is like trying to get out of my head, like just tell myself I know how to do this. I know I've done this before.
And if you're looking at, I mean, you have mentors, obviously, that you look to, but now you're getting to a level to where you are someone else's mentor, too, and that's gotta put a little bit of pressure on you. But how, if you're talking to a younger athlete that is maybe, or somebody that's just looking into getting into this, what are you telling them? If they don't know anything about this sport, and you're like saying, you're trying to mentor them, hey, come over here and do this. I think you'd be great at it.
I just like I would tell them, like, just don't give up. Like, try. Like, it's hard. It's really hard, but it's really rewarding.
Is it rewarding because maybe you think that it's something that you couldn't have done, and now you're showing yourself and others that you can do it?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you start to be comfortable as a role model, you realize how much positive impact you can make in people's lives just by being you, just by doing what you do. That's a pretty cool thing.
I have kind of a funny question. I want to know from both of you, what is the most ridiculous thing somebody has ever said to you about being an athlete? Like, you're like, did that really come out of your mouth? And it could happen from Steve. Did Steve just ask you? No, I'm just kidding.
So I remember one, we were practicing, like I was telling you, we used to do altitude training. And this time we were in Brackenridge, Colorado, and I invited a friend from Spain and a friend from, who was living in Birmingham at the time, a veteran Marine. And we're practicing on the trails, on the streets. So this morning, we're pushing in the middle of the streets to the bike path to train, and this guy in a tall truck, almost a hat, and he's look at us like, oh my God, that is pretty cool. Are you doing this just for fun, or you are really disabled?
Oh,
Yeah, no, I'm making this up.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid.
No, I'm making this up.
Yeah.
Well, no, well,
I've always
I was
dreamed about
walking
racing.
yesterday, and I just decided to jump in a racing chair, which a lot of times happen. There was a big controversy in the Olympics because it was an exhibition. So we were hoping that they become a medal, full medal for the Olympic movement, but we tried to open wheelchair racing for everybody because it's just as hard as rowing or cycling, and it just, that was an idea.
Yeah.
And but I'm sure a lot of people compete with no disability, and they realized it was very hard. So
Well, the strength
They
that
go
it
back
must
to riding
take.
a bike
Yeah.
or running.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
The strength, the upper body strength that it must take, and I'm curious
I
also.
think also the mental aspect, because I also cycle, and to be in a pack with 10 or 12 or 15 or 30 other riders, and you are also dependent on them doing the right thing and making good choices, it's nerve-wracking. It's
Well,
very
I'm
nerve-wracking.
You
curious-
depend on a lot of people
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm
Yeah.
curious on the body makeup though too. Is it a different style from a female body versus a male body? Because of do men traditionally have a stronger upper body strength than women lower body strength, or is it just it's just
Not really,
mechanics?
and what is funny, as long as you have big shoulders and kind of like a small body, that helps a lot. And I walk into kids, and it's crazy that I say that, like, you have the perfect body. They look at me like, huh?
Well, they probably thought
Nobody
their
told
whole
me that in
lives.
my
Yeah.
life. We
Yeah.
were sitting having lunch in one of these trips, and he's Izzy. He's sitting like that, and then she had calluses already on her hand. I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful. And she's like, "Why
Beautiful
would it be
calluses. Beautiful calluses that you have.
And that means a lot, because a lot of training, a lot of pain, a lot of time. on
Where
the
do
track.
those calluses come from? How are you getting those? Is it from
It's from the glove, just because you put so much pressure on your hands when you're pushing,
and
and you kind of get, like,
the roughness? What hurts the most after a race? Once you've laid down in bed after your
Or
shower.
what you cross the line. When you cross the line, what's the thing that's screaming the most? Is it your lungs or your arms?
probably mostly my lungs, because I'm I'm like panting really hard, but then also my arms are like hurting, and then like a day after, like my shoulders will like feel like really tight.
Noodle
Oh, yeah.
noodle arms too.
Are you using heart rate monitors? I was going to ask you about that, but what other kind of newer technology? Heart rate's not new, but like sports nutrition and heart rate. And
Izzy has a heartbeat.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can tell she does. But there's so many new metrics and new things. Are you using any of those new technologies to help the athletes?
Yeah, actually we do. We use the same equipment that any cyclists use, as high technology, heart rate monitors, GPS, try to set up the road that we're
Yeah.
racing, and I think one of the main, the best things we ever have out of COVID is that we start to do practice on the rollers. The rollers,
Oh, okay.
they're like you put your racing chair in your house, in your garage,
Right.
camera, and then I'm sitting there watching your technique and try to
Ah.
get, the only way that I can tell that you're pushing the right distance at the right power is through the heart rate monitor.
Okay.
And we do that. Out of that, we've been getting, not only have been serving a lot of kids all over Texas, also they've been improving a lot of their technique. I
Okay.
think one of the best compliments that we had through Izzy, she was racing in Switzerland this summer, and somebody mentioned, and she can tell you more about it, that she has a beautiful technique, which
Oh, that's
is out of that training.
Yeah. Do you measure power? Do you have like power meters or watts? Do you measure watts?
The chair haven't getting that because the positioning of the hub and the chair, we haven't been able to adapt the power meter,
Uh-huh.
but we have other ways to realize
Yeah.
what kind of speed.
Have
what kind
either of you
power.
been on Zwift yet? Do you know what Zwift is? Do you know what Zwift is?
I don't.
It started as a cycling sort of video game, but I see people in wheelchairs on there all the time. I guess your rollers could probably, if it's Bluetooth compatible, you can get connected to Zwift and you could meet up with your other friends and go. It's a virtual world, but you could ride together. There's actually drafting. When you get behind somebody, you get your
Yeah.
power output goes up a little bit and track your heart rate. You should check
We
it
need
out,
to try-
Saul.
Yeah, we're gonna call you. And you're gonna
Zwift,
be our
yes,
expert. I have rollers at home that I used to use. Wasn't as advanced as that, but you connect the rollers into the TV or a TV, and then the program you can be racing with some other cyclists, which it was more
Yeah.
part of the program,
Yeah.
and then it was uphill. Then the rollers start to get slow.
See if you can look that up.
Something like
It's
that.
ZWIFT, and then just do ZWIFT and wheelchair, and see if you could pull that up. But yeah, all the technology stuff is amazing to me.
Yes.
And cyclists, in particular, professional cyclists, the technologies that they're using with their blood work and
Yes.
how many carbohydrates per hour and their food intake, which is not as important to you until you start. If you ever start doing the longer distances, is either 5,000 meters is not as dependent on that. But when you are really hitting your max, what's your heart rate get up to?
When I'm at my max, my heart rate is about 180 or higher.
Yeah.
I think my highest heart rate is 201.
Oof.
Still one.
Damn.
In the spring
In
on
the
the roller,
spring.
actually
Yeah.
it's on the roller
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah, so
That's impressive.
on the roller we have our heart rate monitors that we use to track our heart rate, and some heart rate monitors
fun.
actually track speed too. So
Okay.
some people have that one, and then when we're on the road on the track we have speedometers on our chairs that track our speed.
Okay. That's really cool. That's somebody that's in a
That is called a hand cycle.
hand cycle.
Yeah,
But
it has
there, I
21
have,
speed and
Yeah.
more like a bicycle,
yeah.
which is good also for cross training.
But I have seen people. I think I've seen people
Yeah.
on Zwift in actual wheelchairs.
Yeah,
So it's
you
some-
pass
but
page
see it-
before like rollers and all that.
It's a virtual world, and you can, like this guy's drafting off of that cyclist right there. But anyway, maybe it's something you can use, maybe it's
Yes.
not. Izzy, I want to kind of go past, all your training and all your accomplishments, and you're a sophomore in high school, so you got your whole life out in front of you. What do you want to do when you get out of school? Have you thought that far ahead?
I think what would be really cool is I would want to do like something like that Saul does, like coaching, helping younger athletes get into the sport. I think that would be really, really, really cool.
Yeah. So are you thinking about going to college then?
Mhm.
What would you study, you think?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually.
I'm just a sophomore, Steve.
I know. No pressure. No pressure.
Izzy, how do you celebrate when you have a really big win? How are you celebrating your victories? What are you doing? Do you have a tradition of something?
Not really.
Yeah. Is your mom there every single time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty
she
much,
is.
Yeah.
That's
Can
cool.
you see a world where when you're at, a level you're in your 20s and your mom's not going to be there, or do you think your mom's always going to be there at all of your races?
I think she'll always be there.
That's what I would do.
Does
too.
mom get to go with you to all these international events?
Yeah, she does, and my dad too.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
And is it very expensive to be able to participate in this sport? It is.
Yes, very.
Yeah.
Do you get any sponsorship or anything?
We do in Texas Paralympic sport, but when you become even better, you go that level. As you were talking about the type of routine that you
Yeah.
need, not only you need a racing chair that is there from $12,000 to 30,000, 40,000.
Wow.
Then you start to get into the dieting, try to have the right vitamins, the right studies. It just add, and at the end, if you can find a good sponsor, actually that will help a lot to
Do
make it
they-
at Paralympic level.
Do they, because she's a minor though, do they pay for mom and dad or mom, at least somebody to go? Like, or are you considered her guardian at some
Yeah.
point?
Izzy is very lucky. She has a great family,
Yeah.
great support, that they found wheelchair racing as part of their everyday life.
Uh-huh.
So they do a lot for Izzy.
You're
I
very
wish all
lucky
the
then.
athletes
Yeah.
we can do the same. We help as much as we can with the racing chair, with the support. Out of these easy decisions to do more road racing, Texas Sport decided that I need to go with her some of the races, even if it's last moment, and I'm full of them
Uh-huh.
once they start to sign up to these races. But yeah, everything at the end of the year, and for sure.
Maybe mom
Any
needs to
athlete-
become her
Worth it.
social media manager.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
start getting sponsorships and stuff.
Izzy,
Yeah.
what? So if you're going to start doing more road racing, what is there any on your calendar that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, so I think starting in October, September and October, we have more road races coming up. I'm excited to do in October. I have my first Run Disney
Oh,
Ooh,
cool.
race.
fun.
Race. It's it's a half marathon.
Mm-hmm. I have
Cool.
friends that go do that every year, and I guess mom's going to
Are you
do
going to
that
dress
too.
up?
Yeah.
Which- Maybe.
Do you know what park it's at? Is it at Epcot or is it all? I think it's at Epcot, right? You know you can drink around the world at Epcot. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, she wasn't saying that to
I
Izzy,
wasn't saying that to
everybody.
Izzy.
She
I was
saying
looking
that
at
to
Izzy.
Mom.
I was looking at her mom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll text you.
Actually, Disney Marathon go through different parks. So you
You
Oh,
get to
you
go
go
to the
through.
park,
all of
and
them,
then you go
yeah.
to the next one.
I think
That's
you're
for the
thinking of
26
5K.
miles, and I bet half of the marathon just go at least
Yeah.
one or two parks.
Is that going to
Yeah.
be your first half marathon?
That is my second half marathon.
What was the first one?
It was in San Antonio, the Rock and Roll half
Oh
marathon.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. How'd you do there?
Good.
Didn't you run that one? Or not this
I
year?
have done the half there, but I have not done the full. Yeah.
Yeah. Saul did it with me.
Oh, did
I
you
have to
guys
say
stay
that we
together?
sprint to the end, and I think we're trying to debate who won.
That's great. Sprint to the finish. That's awesome.
But the truth is that we take these opportunities to do road racing, to keep on teaching them, just like motorcycle racing, right? You have to follow the line and the whole technical stuff. Get up in the morning, what kind of food you need to eat before a race, and that's part of the schooling
Sure,
that we're trying to
sure.
get. And hopefully one day she can do it by herself.
How does school or Dripping Springs ISD, how do they handle your absences with you being gone for some of these races? Are they very accommodating, or are you able to take your schoolwork with you?
Yeah, they're very accommodating. We actually, from Mexico, we actually got it excused.
Oh, nice.
While you were doing something that's very educational
Absolutely.
on many levels, yeah.
And so they've been very supportive. I understand that you were the first wheelchair athlete that Dripping Springs High School has ever had, so you're kind of paving the way for other athletes. Do you see that because of the groundwork that you've laid, you and Saul have laid, do you see that maybe other children like you, young adults, will come into Dripping Springs High School because of the opportunities here?
Yeah, actually, we have, I think, 3 other athletes on our team that will come to Dripping Springs High School in a couple years,
Mhm.
actually.
That's great.
That is really neat.
So, do you think they're moving here because of the opportunities, the programs, or they just happen to be that's coincidental?
They're already here.
Oh, okay. But they're
Is
gonna,
Will one of them?
Yes.
Yeah, we had Will on our podcast too. He's
Yes.
he's a great kid.
Yeah.
And his dad, or his dad. We had his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything is a coincidence. The fact that Texas Power Sports is in Wembley,
Mm-hmm.
and we moved thinking that, well, we're in the middle of nowhere. We don't have to have a big sports center, whatever. We're just here to support every single program that is already in Texas. And just out of the blue, in Deep in Spring, we have 4 athletes. And we start to gather athletes around Wembley. So Sundays, kids from San Antonio, Austin, they come and train with me also on the track or the park.
That's cool. How
Yeah,
many
it's part of
athletes
it.
will you get when you do
Normally we get 10, 12, it depends
that?
the
That's pretty
season.
cool. That's got to be really cool to be around everybody else, comparing notes. What are you doing? What works? What doesn't work? That's pretty cool.
So how are you guys funded? How is the Texas Paralympics? How are they? Is it down from the state of Texas or?
So we have different ways to fund it. We have the military division. So we apply for a lot of grants in different ways. And another one, our neighbor, she just have a foundation, the Health Foundations.
Oh,
And she's
wow.
our best sponsor.
Oh, that's great.
And then we still apply for other grants. We have also this others program called All Can Ski. So any kid with physical disability can come and do water ski
Okay.
around 5 times around the area. And just like that is a lot of programs that we run
Yeah.
through the state of Texas.
I think it's very cool that you're doing that. When will Izzy find out if she? Oh, there you go. Yeah, TexasParasport.org. Yeah, that's great. Oh, look at that.
So that's one of to make it to the state, we have 100-meter race, 400-meter race, and shot put. And that's for high school, the fastest times in the state of Texas. So we finished the season, the high school season, with that competition, and then we move into the summer, which is nationals. And this time we took 8 kids to adult nationals in Oregon.
Okay.
And that's how we end up getting all this time and trying to get the opportunity and the experience.
Yeah. So when will we know if you actually made it to the 2028 Paralympics in LA?
After the trials and that is before the game, that's how they decide who's gonna be.
Would that be
Pretty much the summer of 28.
summer of
So
28?
we have 2 years to get to
Yeah.
that.
So you'll be a senior, or you have just graduated. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, Mom, will you keep us up to date on
Absolutely.
if
Yes.
she's going or not? We definitely want to know. Yeah.
I want to know what both of you hope other people would know about this sport that they don't know.
I just feel that it's a lot of opportunities for kids with disability in Texas, and please understand that we have a lot of opportunities through sports, but also schools, and we're to break. We want to break that barrier that sometimes people put in their head about disabilities.
Or just
And
coming
that's
out of the
our job.
shadows. Yeah, just I guess awareness is the biggest thing. The Texas Parasport.org. I didn't even know this existed.
I know. Is some of these pictures facilities in Wimberley? That's
This is San
obviously not.
Antonio.
That's
This
San
is in
Antonio.
Austin,
Okay.
UT Stadium. And yeah, it's just different places in Texas, different events that we do with the veterans, with the kids. We just travel all over Texas.
There are a lot of smiling faces there.
Yeah, and we have different programs. Like you can tell, we have archery,
Mhm.
swimming, track and field is one of our forte because I'm here.
Yeah.
But,
Because of you.
but we have a lot of programs going on through the state of Texas.
That's
Well,
cool.
it has been such an honor to share this space with both of you, and we are so excited to see where your journey is going to take you. And you're going to have your own cheering section over here. Mom will keep me updated
Yeah.
on.
And Izzy, your work ethic is one of the strongest that I've ever seen. As far as, I mean, you're an honor student. You know, a lot of athletes, their grades start to fall. Your grades are there. You're working hard, and I think you've been very blessed to have Saul as a coach. And I'm really glad, Coach Saul, that you joined us today to fill us in on what Texas Parasport is
wait,
doing.
and also, Steve, I need you to come over here in the middle. Come over here.
Oh God.
You're gonna arm wrestle him right now. I'm gonna get it on.
She's
Okay.
like, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
Are
we're
you
gonna get
right-handed?
it.
Are you
We're gonna-
right-handed?
yes.
Okay, we're gonna do it
Okay.
right here. I'm gonna
Okay.
put
I
this
have
down.
it. I have it on video right now. So I'm just gonna move the microphone. out of
Look,
the
I'm
way.
gonna win because this mic thing is here.
Okay. You okay? Ready?
Who's gonna say go?
Go.
She's not taking
Oh, I
pressure.
pulled a
We
muscle.
did it. We
Workman's
did it.
comp.
We did it. It's
Oh, that wasn't
awesome.
even close,
It
Izzy.
was awesome.
You killed me. Good for you. I saw that muscle flexing. Oh, I'm in trouble.
I
Oh.
love it. Thank you so much. That was a little tidbit that your mom said, and I said at the beginning, I said, I'm going to have her arm wrestle him.
That wasn't even close. And I'm not even doing Saul. Look at the arms on Saul.
I know. You did.
I give
I
up.
think, okay, Saul, you ready? It's you and I now. You and I.
Well, thank you both so much for coming in today and spending this time. And Izzy, we're really looking forward to what you're going to do, and we'll keep track of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Our
And,
pleasure.
We just want to also thank all the coaches at Pin Spring High School. They've been wonderful with Izzy, very open. Like Izzy said, we have so many athletes coming in through here, and we're blessed also.
Well, thank you both for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. We're out. Very
Stop.
good, you two. Izzy, you
That
did
was
great.
fun.
You did great. You did great. We're going to get a picture of the